Hey guys, Dante here back with another video, and in this one I'll be showing you my most recent build, which is a Omniscience stacking Wander Scion. Now the basics of this build is like any other Omni build. It revolves around the crystallized Omniscience, the amulet that drops from Syrian Exarch, and basically converts all your attributes into Omniscience, which gives you max res and a boatload of damage because it gives you a lot of elemental penetration. Now, the reason why I went Wander is because I really love the Kinetic Blast MTX, to be honest. And I think it's one of the best MTXs in the game, in my opinion. And yeah, that was the main driving force behind the build. And I decided to go Omni because I wanted to give it a fair shot before it gets completely destroyed next league. Now, getting into the nitty-gritty of the build, again, it revolves around Omni and getting as many attributes as possible without getting too many attributes. Now, the thing is that when you reach a certain point with Omni, the extra Omni is literally worthless comparing to, let's say, getting your Chaos Risk capped, right? So as soon as you get like 1200 or 1500 Omni, the extra Omni is like literally dead weight. Sure, you get more pen, but at that point, do you really need it? I would rather personally invest into defenses, get like my Chaos Res, get some life and stuff like that. Now in the video you're seeing right here, I am not using Mage Blood, I am using a Headhunter, and you can definitely replace the Headhunter for a Stygian Vice, give you even more defensiveness and stuff like that. But I just wanted to really go fast, so I decided to go for a Headhunter. The single target for this build is absolutely disgusting, as you will see in just a moment on this Baran. All the maps were really well rolled and juiced with sextants and stuff like that, and yeah, Baran just got deleted. The damage, again, Omni carries it by a long margin. Okay, the gear has some impact as well, obviously. But yeah, defensive wise, it is not as resilient or tanky as my previous builds, but that again because no Mage Blood and the way I decided to roll the build. I'm gonna let you guys see the showcase here, and once that is done, I'm gonna take you over the gear and the gems and stuff like that, as I always do. Until then, I hope you guys enjoy the showcase, and I'll see you really soon.
Exile has tested you, my brother. Now let's see what God has to say. I've dealt with far darker shadows than you, Exile. I exiled an animal. Now you almost resemble a man. Garrowing. I offered the gift of exile, and you used it to reinvent yourself. I couldn't wish for a more potent instrument. It is woman's purpose to tempt and try the will of man. Welcome to the greatest of arenas, duelist. God is watching. You'd bite the master that called you here, which? This world is an illusion, Exile. It is time you saw what real sacrifice is. Of God!
Hey guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little showcase and what this build is capable of. Again, the build is heavily carried by Omniscience, which I already talked about it. So yeah, let's get straight into the gear and let's talk about it, okay? So for my wand, I am using a imbued wand, which is the best one for this build because it has the highest attack rate. And I got it with enemies you kill explode. Now you do not need this. You can get this on a large cluster jewel with wands. It has a node called the Devastator. I don't have it right now, but you can get just that on a cluster and it's going to be much cheaper. Now, the main thing you want on the wand is a lot of flat LE, right? So as you can see, my wand has 637 EDPS. It can go much higher to about like 670 or something like that once it's divined perfectly. As you can see, it's not divined. I did not really min-max all the build and stuff like that, so yeah. So the main thing you want is a lot of flat LE, crit chance, double damage, and attack speed. Now, the way you craft this is basically essence spamming until you get two or a second or a third even good roll on your LE. For example, I spammed fire damage fossil essences, and I got T2 lightning, and I did prefix cannot be changed, reforged cold. It was a kind of a gamble, but I did get tier 3 flat cold, which is very good in my opinion. I don't need more, so that's just fine. And then I did prefix cannot be changed, reforged crit. I got a crit. Then I did prefix cannot be changed again. Ashling it, got a double damage and crafted attack speed. Now, ideally, I would have liked to unveil the attack speed attributes because it's better than this, and then just craft double damage, but it is what it is. I didn't want to go through the hassle of ashling it again, so yeah, that's the wand. For my gloves, I am using a very interesting pair of gloves. I got really lucky while crafting these. I bought the base with fractured attack speed for like, I want to say like under 1 exalt. And then I spammed the chaos resistance essences. And I got T1 strength, and then I did suffixes cannot be changed. No, I got the suffixes, and then I Eldritch Chaos spammed the prefixes. Yes, that's the way. I Eldritch spammed until I got T1 life. I did suffix cannot be changed, Ashling. I got the T2 AoE gems crafted, Prosh gems, because I have my kinetic blast in here, which is AoE and Proj, so it gets +3 levels from that. So yeah, those are the gloves, the belt, a headhunter. The boots, they're not ready yet. It's just something I crafted like with a few essences. I bought the base for like 2 exalts. Again, spammed chaos resistance false essences, and I got T1 strength with that. And then I got T2 life on the essence as well. I got really lucky there. And then I bench crafted attack speed, movement speed. Now, the ideal thing with this would be to ashling it, get the chosen movement speed. But for now, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep it like this. Once I feel the need to like invest more money into it, I'll probably do the ashling and see what I get from there. For the shield, I'm using a +1 maximum power charge. Now, these shields are extremely cheap. As you can see, they are like under 1 exalt. Like if you just buy the base, they're like 50, 60, 70 chaos. And I just bought it for 50C, just spammed some Dex essences. I got T3 spell suppression, and I got T1 life, and then I crafted double damage while focused. Again, the shield is now really finished. It could be much better. I'm thinking about changing the base because the +1 power charge doesn't really do much because our brittle is so strong. And it basically crit caps me, but we'll have to wait and see. The rings, I'm using a Mark of the Elder ring corrupted with Wrath. Has increased our effect because I am using Wrath and Anger. And for the other ring, I am using a double influence, Shaper, and Elder ring to get the benefits from the Mark of the Elder, which is you cannot be stunned if the ring is Elder, and you get a boatload of attack damage if the other ring is Shaper. This being both, you get the benefits from both. All right, and on this ring, again, I just bought the base for 1 exalt, threw some strength essences at it, and yeah, got T2 int, got the crit, got really lucky. And then I did the prefixes, suffix cannot be changed, Vel Chaos, got the life, got the flat fire, and crafted non-channeling. For the chest piece, I am using a non-fractured 100% global defenses chest because I just really like having a lot of armor from this. Like I take it off, you see it just goes in half, right? Because 100% global defenses. Yeah, and the way you craft this is ideally you want one with 2 open prefixes or 1 open prefix, and then you YOLO or null the prefix to suffix. And then you multi-mod. You can have 3 crafted modifiers, and you craft life, percent life, or whatever else you want, like ES, life is extra ES, or avoid ailments or stun or something like that. And then you do your implicits, and then you do like Eldritch Chaos until you get good suffixes. Now, mine are not perfect, but I'm not gonna recraft my implicits just for that. Okay, great. For the amulet, crystallized omniscience with corrupted anger, because again I'm using anger. And for the helmet, the Black Sun Crest, which doesn't even have quality on it, because Black Sun Crest is probably the best one for this build. And I got Power Siphon for 2 additional projectiles, which is great for single target. Okay, so that's the gear. Let's talk about the flask. As you see, I'm not using a Mage Blood. I'm using a Dying Sun, which is massive for clear and single target, a Quicksilver Flask, a Bottle of Faith, and a Diamond Flask. All my rare flasks all have gain several charges when you're hit by an enemy, and use when charge reaches full. And for my life flask is Corrupted Blood, because I don't have a Corrupted Blood jewelry yet. Alright, for the gems, let's get into that. In my gloves, like I said, I'm using Anomalous Kinetic Blast, because Anomalous Kinetic Blast gives you pierces to additional targets, and you want pierce, because that's the best thing for KB. Link to Trinity, Inspiration, and Anomalous Greater Multi Projectile. Very important to be anomalous because it does reduce your mana cost. Before I fixed my mana cost, I did have some issues with mana sustain and stuff like that, but now it's resolved and I'm a happy camper. In my boots, I am having Divergent Mark on hit, Sniper's Mark, Flame Dash, and Inspiration, because I need Inspiration here to reduce the mana cost of Sniper's Mark, because it costs 36 mana and I have 53 mana. If you see, if I remove this, it's gonna cost 49, and yeah, it's gonna cause me a little bit of mana problems. In my shield, I have Anomalous Mortal Shield, Anomalous Defiance Banner, and Divergent Precision. Now, Divergent Precision is really cheap. Anomalous Defiance Banner and Anomalous Mortal Shell. I actually gambled these on stream, twitch.tv/Dante00151, by the way. I bought like a few prime regrading lenses and I gambled them. These are this one's pretty cheap, but this one's really expensive, so I definitely won on that gamble. Alrighty. In my helmet, I am using Anomalous Wrath, which has increased aura effect, Unenlightened because mana, Determination, no alternate quality, and Anger. In my wand, Blood Rage, Anomalous Blood Rage, which has a chance to give you frenzy charges when you hit a rare unique enemy, Berserk, and Clarity. Now, you may be asking, like, why are you using Clarity? Well, we're gonna get into that in just a second. And in my chest piece, I'm using my single target, which is Anomalous Power Siphon. Anomalous fires an additional projectile, very important, with Barrage, Awaken Elemental Damage for attacks, Inspiration, Trinity, and increased critical damage. Alrighty, so those are the gems. And yeah, let's get into the tree. As you can see, this tree is very... I don't even know what to call it. It's basically like a skeleton of a tree. And the main thing to know is what jewels I'm using right now, so let's get into that first. Over here I'm using a Transcendent Flesh, and over here another Transcendent Flesh because it gives you a lot of crit multi. Over here I'm using a Little Pride. It doesn't matter under who or whatever because we're not taking any keystones. All I have here is 4% max life and 5% chance to deal double damage. Over here I have a Forbidden Flesh, and over here somewhere I got Forbidden Flame, which allocates Raider. And because we're going into Deadeye, we're gonna get Raider as well, and also get Berserker. That's how we get Rage. Okay, so that's the Forbidden Flesh. These are pretty expensive right now, I think, like 19x and 14x. Okay, so they dropped a little bit in price. I bought them for like 20 a piece or something. But yeah, they dropped in price, so that's good. Over here, I'm using a Intuitive Leap, which takes Acuity and Herbalism. Once I get another level, if I get another level, I would probably take Heartseeker for more crit multi. And over here, I'm using a split personality with int and accuracy because I was having a bit of a hard time capping my accuracy. So with this, it just caps it really quick and simple. Now, you don't need necessarily like more attributes. You could get life and accuracy or whatever you want, armor or whatever floats your boat. Alrighty. And for my Watcher's Eye, I am using a crit multi-anger with non-channeling skills. This basically, with my rings with the non-channeling, gets my KB to 13 mana, which allows me to sustain it without too many issues. Like this, there's not a boss in the game that can survive more than 4 or 5 casts of Power Siphon. Okay. For the clusters, am I missing any other jewels? I don't think so. Okay. For the clusters, I'm using 2 large clusters and 4 mediums. Now let's get into the large ones. One is increase attack damage while holding a shield with Advanced Guard, Fuel the Fight, and Martial Prowess. Fuel the Fight, damage leashes mana, really good. Martial Prowess, accuracy, attack speed, and Advanced Guard. Increased attack damage while holding a shield. Ignore movement speed from penalty from armor, and more movement speed, which is really good. And for the second large cluster, I am using a wand deal increased damage with hits and ailments with Feed the Fury, Martial Prowess, and Opportunistic Fusillade. So, Feed the Fury, damage leashes life. Martial Prowess, again, accuracy and attack speed. And Opportunistic Fusillade is increased crit chance, right? And 35% increased damage with wands if you did a crit strike recently. Right, so let's get into the mediums. I am using over here Eye to Eye Repeater, Eye to Eye Repeater. And over here, you guessed it, Eye to Eye Repeater, Eye to Eye Repeater. So 4 Eye to Eye Repeaters. Now you can get more attributes on this, resist and stuff like that. It is all up to you and your budget. And I am also using 2 small clusters with Electric Presence, 35% increased effect, Int and Chaos Res. This basically is, it is a bit expensive, not gonna lie. But because it only has 2 passives, then it's not as expensive because as you can see here, it's like 45-50 chaos. And I'm not sure if this exists. Okay, so they're like 3.5x, but they're pretty easy to roll with lightning fossils. So yeah, that's how I got mine. Only 2 passives because I'm short on passive points. So yeah, that's how I get additional mana reservation to make quality of life even better. And over here, I am using a interrogation, which I think everybody knows what it does. Cannot ignite, chill, freeze, or shock, and you inflict scorch, brittle, and sapped. All right. So those are the jewels. Like the passive tree, we're just gonna path here, get this, get some life, get more attributes. I'm using Culling Strike against marked enemies. It is probably not the smartest play because you already got Culling Strike on your Kinetic Blast. I could respec out of this and take this, which would probably be better. And yeah, that's about it. You can follow the POB of the tree, which will be in the description. Get some life over here, mana reservation over here, mana reservation over here. And the large wand wheel with 1 attacks for an additional projectile, more clear, more damage, stuff like that. Alrighty, so without further ado, let's hop into the POB. Alright, so we're back into the POB. I just imported real quick the configurations. As you can see, like I mentioned like 1 second ago, I removed this and spec'd into this, which is better, it gives you a little bit of EHP because it reduces the enemy's accuracy, and marked enemies have increased flag charges and take increased damage, which is better. Okay, so ignore what I said about this one. I forgot about Power Siphon and Inherited Culling Strike, but yeah, this one's better. As you can see, I am rocking about like 50 million damage, which is absolutely overkill. It is overkill. Like you saw, it's literally 2 power siphons and the boss is phased. Yeah. So let's get into the configuration. Oh wait, I forgot to add over here I have life, right? Percent life, and over here double damage. Double damage. Here we go. So 52 million actually. And we're rocking 643 crit multi, which is massive, absolutely massive. I want to get more EHP because like it's pretty good, but it could be way better. Now let's go into the configurations. Okay, so I did the configurations over here. As you can see, I have power charges because we're generating them. We have frenzy charges because multiple sources. Are you focused? Yes, because as you saw in the Sirus fight, every time Sirus comes back from his like intermission phase, you have your focus back up. There is even Maven, like between the brain phase and the stuff like that, you always have focus for your initial burst. Okay, Tailwind, yes, from our Ascendancy. I didn't take any Rage because realistically on Maven, Sirus and stuff like that, you don't have Rage. But for mapping and stuff like that, you do, like almost 50, so that is like, what, 60 million damage. But realistically, on single target, you don't. Like, I've seen a lot of people like inflating this number like to the moon and back. But again, realistically, on Sirus, Maven, and stuff like this, real single target, you don't have Rage. Alright, are you leeching? Sometimes, but you don't have overleech. Again, some people take this and then do this, and then wow. 66 million damage. Wow. Okay, but you're not always leeching because you don't have overleech. Once your life goes to full and mana goes to full, you stop leeching, so that doesn't affect anymore. If you add overleech, then yes, it will count, but you don't in this case. So I'm gonna leave those like that. It's Consecrated Ground, yes, from our Bar of Fate. Crit recently because we're max crit. Trinity, now this you do have up all the time, even on single target, because stuff of the way how it works, right? So you got like 50 resonance count. Projectile travel distance I put at 10 because we're always in the boss's phase because of point blank. Scorched, yes, 10, 10, and 9 I put like this, even though it can go like a little bit higher, stuff like that. Sirus, yep, and Intimidated, yes, from our gloves. Enemy and Consecrated, I actually forgot to tick this. Okay. So, yeah, this is what I'm currently rocking, like 55 million, which is a bit overkill. I could respec the tree to get even more defenses, which I probably will. Even if I drop to like 45 million, it is still gonna be a lot of damage. Okay, so that is the tree, that is the POB. It's gonna be in the description as always. I stream almost every day on twitch.tv/Dante00151. Feel free to drop by, drop a follow, say hi, something like that. I also have a Discord, feel free to join that. And yeah, I hope you guys found this build interesting. And if you wanted to play an Omni build but not Tornado Shot, you can give this a try. And yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. I try to answer most of the comments, if not all of them. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And until next time, stay safe and take care.